Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So what have I got in store for you today? Today we have cheese scones. You can say scones, you can say scones, but I've researched it and apparently the Queen of England says scone. The more common way of saying it, but apparently that's how she says it, so I'm sticking with it. Everything you'll need today is in the description down below. There are alternative versions to the recipe for this as well. You can mix things in, change things out. For example, with my cheddar cheese, I've gone half cheddar and half red Leicester, and I'm mixing those together, or you can substitute for different ones, Parmesan, etc. So, let's get into it. We're going to want to pop our oven, let's have a look at the temperatures. It's 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 C, 170 fan, gas mark 5. Again, that's all in the description. So this should be a really simple, easy recipe. So I've started off, I've got my dry ingredients in my bowl. I'm just going to add in now my cayenne and onion and garlic. And then I want to slowly just incorporate all that together. Okay, once you give that a bit of a mix. By the way as well, you don't have to use a hand mixer for this. You can use 2 forks, 1 fork, big wooden spoon, any which way you like. That's how simple this recipe is today. And did I mention that these are only 2.5 grams of net carbs each? So put lavishings of butter on and beautiful. The reason why I'm doing these today is I got a bit jealous over Mother's Day that everybody was having scones, and cheese scones. And I was kind of like, I really miss them, and I love my original recipe, which is for the non-dieters. So I've adapted it, and here we go. Now that's all mixed together, we want to add our wet ingredients in. So we're going to add into there our butter, which is cubed, our cheese. You're going to want to also put in there my eggs into my cream, just makes it a lot easier. And in it goes. Just give that a little bit of scrape out just so we get all of that lovely double cream, or heavy cream if you're in America. And there we go. And then we're going to mix this in. Okay, I'm just going to grab a spatula so I can wipe down the sides. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, I might have had my hand in the way there. And then what you're going to want to do is just leave that on the side for about 5-10 minutes, just to let all that moisture soak into the almond flour or ground almonds. So I'll be back to you in a second once that's sat for 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. I've left the mixture just on the side while my oven was warming up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to split this mixture into about 8 big dollops. An easy way to do that, I don't know if you can see on this camera, is draw a line down the middle, then the other way, then divide again, and divide again like that. And you can just see that's given me 8 pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my spoon, and it does work out about a spoon's worth, a large spoon, and you're just going to want to dump that. Let me just move the camera so you can see what I'm doing from here. So like I say, we're just going to want to make 8 big dollops, nicely spread apart. Try and round them off if you can. Okay, so once you've got them on evenly spaced out on your parchment paper, just try and make them as round as possible, because obviously you can't use a cookie cutter for this because they are far too sticky. You will get a bit of a sticky fingers. Okay, so once you've got them all lined out ready, these are going to want to go into your preheated oven for about 20 minutes. Now obviously everybody's oven is slightly different, so just keep an eye on them. You want them to go lovely golden brown on the outside. So let's pop these in. Another hint for you as well with this one is use a below the middle. So I'm using not the very bottom rack, but the next one up, so second to bottom rack. It just helps distribute the heat. I know with fan assisted ovens it's slightly different, but I just find if I put them in the middle or on the top, they just don't seem to work right. Put them on the bottom and job's a good one. So I'll be back to you in about 20 minutes when these are all done. What I will say quickly as well before I go is obviously if you want to change the flavours up in these, you can. You can take out the onion powder, you can take out the garlic powder, you can boost those flavours if you want. You can add paprika instead of cayenne pepper. You can add, somebody mentioned to me actually online about putting pre-cooked bacon crumbled up inside these as well. So you've got a cheese and bacon, or you could use chorizo or ham or absolutely anything you like really, as long as the carbs are low. So yes, on that note, I'll be back to you when these are coming out of the oven, so I'll see you in a moment. Okay, welcome back. So it's actually been about 25 minutes for me. This happened last time I made these. I said it would be 20 minutes and actually it was more like 25. But just keep checking them after 20 minutes to make sure they're nice and golden brown. I'm now going to grab these out of the oven. Whew. There we go. So let's just put these close. Can you see? Lovely golden brown. And then what you're going to want to do is to allow these to cool on a cooling rack for at least 10 minutes. Transfer that over like so. So yes, you're going to want to leave those to cool for about a good 10 minutes, then they are ready to serve. Excuse me. So if you want to keep these, or like me, you can't eat all these in one day because you'd go over your carbs, you can keep these in an airtight container at room temperature. And then what I'd recommend is if you want to reheat these and have it warm again, is to just pop it in the bottom of a frying pan and start to heat it through, turn it over, and you're done. Nice, fresh, warm cheese scone. One thing I do say though is do not put these in the microwave. If you pop these in the microwave, they will turn to mush because it'll melt the rest of the cheese, blah, 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 all of that. So do not microwave. I have tried to freeze these before as well. Worked absolutely fine. Just make sure you take them out the night before, leave them on the side at room temperature to defrost, and then warm it through on the pan again. So yes, that's about it from me for this recipe. If you have got any recommendations, please grab me on the social medias below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Smash that like button, it does help. And if you want to drop a comment down below, it really does help the YouTube algorithm. So yes, and that is about it from me from another week. I'm working on an actual scone recipe that's not cheese. That might be the next recipe. I'm not sure. I've got a few requests and I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do next. But apart from that, that is it for me for another week. So I will see you next time.